Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing swatches of and a look with the new VOSS Sunkissed Summer Eyeshadow and Pressed Pigment Palette. I saw this on Instagram. I can't remember exactly which profile I saw it on, but I just thought it was so pretty. This has 10 shades in it. You have this beautiful, just golden summer color story on the top, and then you have this really pretty berry color story on the bottom. All of the mattes in this palette swatched like butter. All of the shimmers were so creamy and smooth and just glossy and wet looking, even in the swatches, that I did on my arm, which I will drop in here so you guys can check this out. I don't know what it is, but I've just really started getting in, or back into rather, the Violet Voss formula. The last palette that I bought before the bubbly pink one that I talked about a month ago was the Sakura palette, and that was like early last year. I hadn't picked up anything else from Violet Voss, since then. I don't know what it was. It just kind of wasn't really seeing anything that was really, interesting to me. But lately, the color stories that I have been seeing pop up have just really started to speak to me, and I've just wanted to give them a try. This one I just thought was so beautiful and looked like it would be perfect for like a glamorous evening look, or just a really pretty daytime summery bronzy look, as we're going into these summer months. This is the look that I put together using this palette. I will give you my final first impression thoughts at the end, but let's go ahead and jump into putting together this look. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and prime my eyelids using my Colourpop Party Proof eyeshadow primer. The shade is in Caramel. You have 3 different shades. This is kind of like that middle tone. So while that sets down, let's go ahead and throw in some blush and highlighter. I'm going to be using my Bubbly Bellini blush palette. This is also from Violet Voss. I figure since we're using a Violet Voss eyeshadow palette, we'll use a Violet Voss face palette as well. I'm going to throw on Peach Puree, which is this really beautiful, peachy, just warm sunset summer shade right here. I thought this really pretty, warm, peachy glow would go beautifully with this palette. It's just such a beautiful shade. Put a little bit more on the apples of my cheeks. I'm going to highlight using Prosecco, which is the golden highlighter in this palette. This palette has 3 blushes and 1 highlighter, though this one is more of a luminescent, glowy blush, and then these 2 are more matte. I wish there was a lighter highlighter in here. That's the only thing I feel like is missing. Like maybe we could have done 2 blushes and 2 highlighters just to kind of even things out. Alright, now for our eye look, and I definitely want to dive into these yellow sunsetty golds on the top for sure. I think I'm going to start with Sandbar and just kind of dust that over the lid, and then we will take Sensation, which is this beautiful gold here, this kind of golden yellow dandelion sunset shade, and we're going to use this and blend that more into the crease. And then I might dive into Tan Lines, just kind of a bronzy shade here. We'll just kind of move a little undertone of berry and then maybe put that on the outside corner, but let's go here and here first and then just kind of see where it takes us. That shade almost matches my skin tone. Like you can see a little bit of the yellow, but it's more like it's setting down the eyeshadow primer. I'm not really seeing like much color, which is fine. Just kind of wanted this to be my base, kind of like my transition shade. So what did you guys do for Mother's Day? It was me, my daughter, my son, the 9-year-old, and her best friend actually spent the afternoon with us as well. Apparently her family celebrates Mother's Day on the 10th. They don't celebrate on the actual day. So after she got off of work, she came over and she spent the afternoon with us, which was really, really nice. I got a lot of cute Mother's Day gifts. I'm actually going to be doing a Mother's Day haul. I'm filming that probably right after this. So I'll talk more about like my actual day and what happened and everything in that video. But let me know, guys, down in the comments, what if you do celebrate Mother's Day, what did you do? Did you do anything special? Did you get anything, special from the family? Just let me know down in the comments, what it was like for you. My family is like absolutely amazing. Like I said, I'll talk about it more in that Mother's Day video. But my Mother's Day was really, really nice this year. I really, really enjoyed it. That's a really pretty golden shade. It's decently pigmented. This time of year, I really love that sunset, just warm yellow bronzy gold as we're going into the summer. We are not even in the dead of summer yet, and it is already like 95, 96, 97 degrees. It is going to be a hot, miserable summer this year. All right, so I'm going to take this brush from Doe Color. I have no idea what number it is. The numbers wore off a long time ago. But I'm going to go ahead and dive into tan lines and just throw a little bit of that on the outer corner. Just want to kind of deepen this area a little bit. My daughter is getting ready for prom. This will actually be like her junior prom. Oh, that is pretty. That is really pretty. She stayed home from school today so that she could get her hair and her nails done with this really pretty emerald green dress. It is so pretty. It needs to be hemmed up. So after I do all of my filming and everything that I need to do today, I'm going to quickly do like the measurements and everything and go ahead and hem it up. I haven't pulled my sewing machine out in almost 2 years, so it's going to be fun dusting that thing off. Okay, that worked really, really well to deepen that shade. It's actually more brown than it is berry, and it blends right into that yellow really, really well. It looks like a kind of a grungy mustard on the eyelid. All right, now for our shimmers. When I swatched the shimmers in this palette, like I mentioned earlier in the video, they were just so creamy and silky and wet looking, and I just cannot wait to put them on my eyelids. Now I want to go with Gold Coast, which is this bright gold right here. But I think I want to bring in Berry Hot. Maybe put Berry Hot in this area and then take the gold shade and kind of put that towards the inner part of the eye. Normally I would just stick with these shades, but no, I think I want just a little bit more of a pop of color. So I'm going to take this flat brush from AOA Studios. I'm not sure exactly what the number is, but this was part of a 10 brush set. I wish they would sell these individually because there are some really, really beautiful brushes within that collection. I'm going to try packing this on without setting spray and kind of seeing what happens. If I have to, with the brush, but hopefully that won't be necessary. The only thing about this shade is that it has some micro glitters in it. It's beautiful, glossy, wet looking shade, but like I said, there are some micro glitters in it, so I might have to wet it just to get it to adhere a little bit more. And pack it on more so than like blending like I would normally do. That's a really pretty shade. Oh, that is lovely. This palette would be like perfect for just a sunset glamorous night out. Just because I'm curious as to whether or not, it'll amp up the shine, whether or not the glitters would adhere a little bit more. I'm going to take my Kimchi Chic Stage Proof Matte Setting Spray. I'm just going to go ahead and wet the brush just a little bit. And then pack it on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely more of an impact. So shiny and wet looking. And it's actually helping those micro glitters to stick just a little bit more. I do have just a little bit of fallout, so I'm going to sweep that away just a bit. I'm going to go back in with just a little bit of that tan line shade. It's kind of blended in to that shimmer. I'm taking just a little bit more of Sensation. Just kind of blending along the top. Kind of lost a little bit of that yellow. Just want to kind of bring that back into the look. Now I'm going to take Gold Coast, this smaller flat brush, and we're going to put that towards the middle. It's going to blend that into the berry shade here. These shimmers in this palette are just so stunning. I'm kind of applying it like at an angle, so that way we have a nice gradient from the gold into that berry. I'm going to go back in with this angled brush from Shop Miss A, AOA, and I'm going to dip back into Sensation, the bright yellow gold. I'm just going to lay that on the lower lash line. One thing I'm noticing about these shadows, I'm not getting a whole lot of fallout. I did get a little bit from this one, but that's because it does have the micro glitters, but everything else, there's not a lot of kick up in the pan, and I'm not getting a whole lot of fallout on the eyelids. To finish off, I'm going to take the smallest Blend Bunny brush. This is Blend Bunny 3, I think it is. And we're going to dive into Glow On. This one looks like it actually has kind of a shift to it, like maybe a pink to gold. So we're going to take this and use this as our inner corner highlight. That's pretty. Just a nice little sparkly twinkle in the inner part of the eye. So that's going to be it for these shadows. I'm going to go offline, pick something from my waterline, do a quick little wing. I'm going to be using this one from Bella Forever, little ink liner. I got this off of Shop cherry. I think it was like $2.50 or something like that. It's a very nice fine tip, which I'm really enjoying. Throw on some lashes, throw something on my lips, and then we will come back and we'll kind of give my final thoughts as far as my first impressions of this palette. So for my lower waterline, I'm using one of the cream gel liners from Colourpop. The shade is in Sisters. This is part of the first Hocus Pocus collection. It's just a really pretty kind of metallic copper. I thought that would go really well with this sunset look that we put together. My lashes are from Ioni. These are the Wispy Natural Flare. I think I have one more like these. I am loving these. They're like $1.25, and they're absolutely beautiful. And for my lip color, I line using this liner from Persona. The shade is a 90210. This has been like the perfect kind of warm toned nude pencil. I got this from a BoxyCharm. I think I might see if I can find this one to purchase because I'm really loving it. I have been having such a difficult time finding those really pretty kind of warm toned peachy nudes, and this one is just beautiful. And then for my all over lip color, this is one of the glossy lip stains from Colourpop. The shade is Clap If You Believe. This is part of the Tinkerbell collection. It's just a really pretty kind of a peachy bronzy nude. And now for my final first impressions thoughts of the Violet Voss Sunkissed Shimmer or Sunkissed Summer Pro Series Eyeshadow and Pressed Pigment Palette. I have to say, guys, I thought this palette was absolutely beautiful. The mattes blended like butter. I got a good amount of pigment. That yellow shade built up really, really well. Adding the tan line shade to the outer corner just gave me kind of a grungy, almost mustard look blend from this shade to that one. Overall, it just came out really, really nice. I'm not usually into glittery shades that have like micro glitter, but this one was just so pretty. The texture of it, the tone of it was just so unique, and I loved the way that it looks on my eyelid. I did have to wet it just to kind of get it, the micro glitters to adhere a little bit better. If you use a sticky base, I'm sure that will work even better to get those glitters to adhere, but I really do like the way that it looks. It's just so sparkly and shiny. I really loved Gold Coast, which I put in this inner part of the eye. And then for my inner corner, I have Glow On, which has kind of a duochrome shift to it. Every shade in here that I used was absolutely beautiful. I don't know what it is, but like I said, I just recently started getting back into the Violet Voss eyeshadow formula, and this one is going to be absolutely perfect as we're going into the summer months. I will definitely be pulling this palette out a lot. It was absolutely beautiful. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to turn on that notification bell. Be safe. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.